glowing screen. Numbers flash like a fever dream. Charts align like stars in space. Fingers twitch, it's a digital race. Trade the dots, connect the line, profits calling, it's my time. Precision moves, sharp and clean, living life on this money machine. Scalping seconds, slicing fast. Ride the wave, don't let it pass. Green and red, they set the tone. Win or lose, I'm in the zone. Trade the dark, connect the line, profits calling, it's my time. Precision moves, sharp and clean, living life on this money machine. Every tick's a heartbeat loud. High stakes play, I'm feeling proud. Risk and thrill, it's all the same. One more trade to up my game. Pivots turn, I'm locked and sure. Cut the losses, keep it pure. Every trend I see the clues. I'll ride the highs and dodge the blues. Pivots turn, I'm locked and sure. Cut the losses, keep it pure. Every trend I see the clues. I'll ride the highs and dodge the blues. Yeah, yeah. This money machine. Yeah, this money machine. Yeah, yeah. Every tick's a heartbeat loud. High stakes play, I'm feeling proud. Play, I'm feeling proud. Money machine. Every tick's a heartbeat loud. High stakes play, I'm feeling proud. Risk and thrill, it's all the same. One more trade to up my game. Perfect. Eyes locked on the glowing screen. Numbers flash like a fever dream. Charts align like stars in space. Fingers twitch, it's a digital race. Trade the dots, connect the line, profits calling, it's my time. Precision moves, sharp and clean, living life on this money machine. Scalping seconds, slicing fast. Ride the wave, don't let it pass. Green and red, they set the tone. Win or lose, I'm in the zone. Trade the dark, connect the line, profits calling, it's my time. Precision moves, sharp and clean, living life on this money machine. Every tick's a heartbeat loud. High stakes play, I'm feeling proud. Risk and thrill, it's all the same. One more trade to up my game.
Hi guys. Damien, nice to have you aboard. Thank you for asking a question from Twitter. BFF stands for Be Fucking Focused. Nothing more, nothing less. You are looking at my final version of it on MT5, guys. This is the complete and total and absolute mirror of the TradingView version. Let me show you the TradingView version. I want to stop the MT5 for a second and show you the TradingView version that I showed to everybody on hang on a second. Let me just share screen. This one. Share this one. Okay. This is the TradingView version that I made that has the perfect signals, the Christmas tree signals on all the charts. So this is NASDAQ, this is gold. You have the buy signals, the sell signals, with trend, against trend, both, whatever you guys want, the structure is there. And what I wanted to tell you is that I was able to match them perfectly on MetaTrader 5. So now, if we go back to MetaTrader 5, I just want to show this to you because we're not going to be using TradingView. We're obviously going to trade off MetaTrader 5 today. But let me just come back again. Sorry, we have to do this stop and go structure here. And here we go. Here we go. Share, and you guys should be able to see. So this arrow matches the TradingView arrow. This arrow matches TradingView arrow. So it's perfect. It's a perfect match. And on top of everything else, I fixed the whole execution applet, which now looks perfect. It has the buy, sell button, P&Ls, size, stops and targets. You can sell half, go to break even. You can close just the single chart. You can close all the positions. Has the countdown candle on here. Has everything you need to really, really, really scalp with precision. So everything is good to go these days. I'm very, very happy to have it all working now, and hopefully you guys are really going to like it. As I said, this is an incredible deal because the exact same logic, which obviously is only available if you're part of our hang on just one second. Sorry, I just got to answer a question here. Sorry. What I was going to say is the regular TradingView indicator, you can only get that if you're part of my coaching, which is great. And I'd love to have you guys in my coaching. But that's like a $500, $600 spend, right? Whereas this is only a $500 deposit. There's no expense at all for you to get the tool and the trading applet. So if you like the idea, just simply open an account with ACAP. Obviously, only if you can open an account with ACAP. If you can't, nothing I can do about it. That's a regulatory thing. If you're US, UK, or Australia, that's not possible. But everywhere else in the world, you can open an account with ACAP. If you already have an account with ACAP, you can just top it off with $500, and I will send you the tool and the indicator. We have, look at this, watch this. I'm going to just go close chart, and we're done. Boom. Totally executed. First trade of the night. It's actually second trade of the night. I took another short, but it's a perfect Christmas tree short here. The signal actually was over here. I was just sort of late to the party, and it allows you just super clean structures to trade. So hopefully you guys like that. Hopefully you guys really enjoyed the trading. Hi Adolf, nice to see you. Where else are you guys coming from? The Twitter guys, you guys, you can actually tweet at me in live chat, just like Damien did, and I'm happy to respond to you guys, because usually guys on Twitter are very quiet. But come on down, and a lot of you guys are watching me on Twitter, but nobody ever posts questions over there. So feel free to post questions. Go for it. Anyways, nighttime we trade MetaTrader 5 for primarily the European, Asian, Middle Eastern, Latin American audience that trades MetaTrader. We have the exact same proprietary indicator that I have on TradingView, completely and totally now ported over to MetaTrader. I would make the argument it's actually a better indicator. It's got more information on it. It's really, really good. And it comes with a trading tool, which is really an amazing piece of tool that I made myself, strictly designed for traders. It allows you one-click entry, one-click exit, stops and targets, all preset. You never have to do a single thing. You can close the chart at a single click. You can close all your positions at a single click. You can sell half and go to break even. You can do a million different things to make it work. It's really, really cool. Graham, can I send you an updated indicator? You're an existing member. No. Deposit the money. Send me a screenshot of the deposit, and I'll send it to you. That's how it works. It's a lot of work. My friends at ACAP would like obviously for you to be a member of ACAP and a fresh depositor. So there's no, it's ridiculously cheap. It's literally cost you nothing. So just deposit fresh $500. I'll be happy to send you the new version. Runner has been a beast, but I need to calibrate the indicator for 12-hour chart. So Damien, it's an interesting question. Obviously we're scalping because that's all we do in my room, because I'm sort of a natural scalper. But a lot of people ask me, can this be constructed for longer term charts? And the answer is, of course, yes, of course it can be constructed for longer terms, and it can be used for that as well. I'm going to show you how I'm trading it now on scalping, but it's a direct transition to like 1 hour or 4 hour charts. You could use the exact same technique to trade the larger term charts, which is really, really cool. Yeah, by the way, let me put the join free community link here. You can join that. Get lots of interesting stuff over here. Just QR the code over here to open up an account with ACAP. Let me give this. If you already have one, just add money to your account, and I will send you all the goodies. Yes, it's the exact same thing with obviously all the bells and whistles of MetaTrader. That's why it's so really, really cool. You're gonna see, like, it's really cool. You're gonna see signals the same way here as you do on TradingView. Let me put, I'll put all three. Right now I have US 30 over here in the middle, NASDAQ on the side, and gold up to the right. And the moment we get an arrow, we're gonna go trade it, right? We just don't have any arrows right now, but it's really, really good. It generates the exact same arrows as it does on TradingView. The 1 minute chart is too jerky. The 2 minute works best. That's why 2 minute is fast enough to find the signals, but slow enough to ignore most of the noise. That's why we use the 2 minute chart. But there's a lot of people here who like to trade longer term charts. A lot of people here ask me, can this be traded on forex? The answer is yes, yes, yes. You can do it on a million different ways. I just really wanted to wait till we get a signal to show you the new way that I'm kind of trading all of this. You guys are actually going to see it first before I even show it tomorrow in TradingView. But it's a really, really cool way because, one of the things that I think makes people a little bit uncomfortable or makes them hesitate about the way we trade is trade with a pretty negative risk-reward ratio. But I'm going to show you a way to not get rid of it, but minimize it, minimize the risk-reward, the risk part of the ratio to a really intelligent level. And then also be able to kind of repair the risk on following trades. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get a lot of this stuff done in Asia because obviously, markets are kind of slow right now. We've also had just, horrendous news. And I don't know if any of you follow geopolitics, but we had a political assassination in America tonight. It's really horrible. And I thought maybe the markets might have a little bit of an impact. I guess they don't. Nobody really, it's not a global event, but it's definitely a big social event. So that kind of really sucks. Michael J. Smith, where you from, my friend? Where's everybody from? Who's a lot of new people? I love doing Asia. I'm always shocked at how many people pop up for the Asia session. I always think it's going to be like, 3 guys in a cloud of dust, but a lot of people love to come in. Even if you don't have a lot of price activity in Asia, it's a great time to refine the technique, to understand the structure, to understand the trade. So maybe because we don't have any setups right now, it's super quiet. It's a good time for me to go through like the setup and show you exactly how I would trade anything that pops up on my chart. So, first order of business, we're looking here at the gold chart, which is always the center of attention in Asia session trade. Graham, you're from Sydney. Okay, that's fine. Graham, you should, if you have an account with ACAP, if you have an account with ACAP, just top it off. And if you don't, I still think I think, it's an Australian company. You can definitely open an account with them. I can't get credit because you're an Australian customer, but it doesn't matter. I will absolutely, if you open an account, deposit money with them, or if you already have an account and you top off the account, I'll give this to you because even though regulatory prevent us from doing it, it's not. I will give this to you out of sort of the goodness of my heart. I just want you to do business with ACAP. That's all, because they're a really good partner of ours. Anyways, all right, back to how we trade this. My only problem, guys, is I really hate marking up stuff in. Let me see if I can do this. Insert objects, lines, shapes, ellipse, arrows. Okay, check sign. Let me see if this works. God, this is so horrible. Jesus Christ. MetaTrader is just the world's worst platform for this shit. All right, you just have to watch my mouse. Just watch my mouse to where we go. Awesome. Just then drop money, and I'll send everything to you. Just the way it works is you guys make an additional deposit. Send me a screenshot of the deposit to here. Contact at bktraders.com. This is our email. Just that's always the way to reach us. And I'll send it to you. So go for it. Okay, so still waiting for a signal, but let me show you sort of like the classic underlying idea of how these signals work. Hang on just one second. I just want to adjust something here. This indicator is so cool because it lets you it has so much control on the UI. I think I want to go to 7. Okay. Yep. See that? Now you can actually see the arrows a little bit better. I'm using the ATR. Okay. So let's say this is my long signal, my Christmas tree long signal. The way it works is we have a white dot, green slope. That's the signal for us to go long, right? Conversely, if we have a blue dot, red dot right over here, blue dot, red dot, that's a short signal. Okay. Now, the thing that I realized about usually we're trading everything with a fixed stop. Let's say for gold, we're using $6 stop, or we're using a $3 stop. Whatever we do, we're kind of using a fixed stop. And I realized that actually we don't need to. We don't need to use a fixed stop because 99% of the time, or at least let's say 90% of the time, because the greatest probability that we can possibly have with a lot of confidence, the trade is good. If the trade is good, it never touches the low of the candle prior to the signal. So this is the signal candle, this is the low, right? Which means your stop never ever needs to be bigger than the candle prior. If it triggers your stop, you are almost always wrong. There's almost no chance the trade is going to work. And you can see that really, really well, like even over here. Like I'll give you an example. Even over here, it's hard to see it because this is a little bit of, I don't know if I can get a little bit bigger here. No, I'm as big as I can get. So you can see over here, you have the sell signal, right? And the stop would be like right above here. Let me just do Control D. Hang on a second. So if we do Control D, the stop over here, the high over here is 4070. Yeah, 4070, right? And the high over here is 40.75. This is a perfect example of where I get stopped out, but it doesn't matter. I'm short here. I put my stop like at 40.70 and I just get nicked out. And this is the one example where it just goes a little bit against me and then it goes into my direction. Fine. I don't care. That for that one example, it's not worth giving up massive amount of risk. So I get stopped out. The next signal is over here. My stop is above over here. And you notice that the trade, boom, totally resolves for a nice clean $1 scalp over here to the downside. So almost always, there are a few exceptions when you get this very, very weird, funky move, but almost always, let me just, this way? Yeah. You can see on the chart, it never breaks the high of the prior candle or the low of the prior candle, which means this is the maximum stop you need in order to succeed. I like that. The maximum stop you need in order to succeed. And that always will put you in the right frame of mind. You know that you are in proper risk mode. This is sort of like the final piece of the setup. Hey, Jason from Santa Monica, nice to have you. Final piece of the setup. Make sure to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning tomorrow when we live trade CPI for everybody on the West Coast. Yeah, if the stop is larger, you can pull it in. If the stop is smaller, you actually want to trade with smaller size and larger stop. All of this basically creates a truly organic, dynamic entry structure that works with the market instead of trying to impose its own order on the market. And that makes it really, really cool. Oh, we have a buy signal in NASDAQ, which actually would have stopped us out anyway, so it doesn't matter. So we're not going to take it. So you see this? It was a tiny little buy signal over here. I think it only went up like maybe 2 points to the upside. But here's the thing that I want to show you. If you took this trade, right, this was a 5-point stop. This was a tiny little stop. That's the beauty of it. You didn't need any bigger stop than that to find out that this trade did not work. And this eliminates lots of floating, what I call floating losers, because now you would just be floating on an unnecessary loss on the setup. If the setup re-rallies and we get another green arrow, great, we'll take it. But until and unless then we get that, no sense of us doing it. No purpose for us trading it. So we're sliding a little bit down. US 30 is down. NASDAQ is coming down a little bit. And gold is up. I'm just waiting for gold to try to give me another buy signal. Another interesting setup, and I would only do this to the upside, is what we call the retrace setup. And again, here you see this in live action. When you have a blue dot, that's what's called a value at trend setup, where the price comes down to the moving average, but this moving average is still green. So if you buy this, it's a really, really great setup. If you buy this, it's a really, really good setup to the upside. I wouldn't do it more than twice in any given trend slice. Like this is a one trend slice, but it's a really good setup to do as a secondary setup. We don't have any signals on NASDAQ, so no setup for me. We need to have momentum accelerate to the downside, and we don't necessarily have it right now. So we'll just let it be, leave it be. Good morning, everybody. Who's coming to me from Asia? Anybody from Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, Vietnam? I know we have Myanmar in the house. I know that. What other part of it? What else am I missing in Asia? Laos, Cambodia. We're really stretching out. Japan, Korea. Nobody. You know what's interesting is that like Korea, Japan, nobody ever comes hang out with us. They have their own markets and they're so like into their own trade. I'm always surprised about that. Tomorrow we got, of course, you love from Vietnam. Thank you, my friend. Really on my bucket list. I so want to go there. I so want to go there, man. So I see so many pictures of Da Nang that looked awesome. And Vietnam looks just the bomb. And this is coming from somebody who never ever travels to anywhere outside of like what's called OECD. Like I never like to travel to any emerging market nation, but Vietnam is like top of my list because it looks so cool. Would I target an Asia session 5 points? Yeah, we're targeting just 5 points. Now, the cool thing about all of this in terms of like these dynamic stops is that the targets are static. That's what we do. We're just trading dollar in gold, 10 in US 30. Oh, we have another. Let's do this. We'll buy this. Buy gold. The only problem with the retrace setup, with the value setup, is we don't really have a natural stop here, right? So I probably have to just, I don't even know where I would put a natural stop over here. But I guess here's a cool thing I want to show you, by the way. You see how I can change the stop over here literally just by typing it in. And you see how it moves up over here, tighter and tighter and tighter. Probably I was going to say, where do I want to put the stop in? What would be a natural stop on the retrace? Probably right underneath the last breakout candle, which would be really only about 100, basically $1 underneath me. So I'm like $1 underneath. If this works, it works. It doesn't work, I don't really care. It's not my favorite setup. And I also said this is the third one in the row, right? I said I shouldn't be doing this. It's the third one in a row, but we don't have any. We haven't had a trade in a while, so I want to put something on the board that's at least close to what we like to do. The indices are drifting lower. We just don't have an opportunity to get into them. We don't have the signal, so we don't have anything to do. Gold is popping. And how much is gold? I guess in this case, I'll try to. I'll make it a shorter target. Make it a tighter target just to see if we can make the move. You see how cool it is to use my trading applet. All I need to do is just change this in the box over here, and it moves automatically. And by the way, if you wanted to move the arrows, you could also move them visually, but it's much harder in MetaTrader. It's really much harder to move all those arrows. Now, here's the other cool thing I want to show you. Watch this. Close all positions. Boom. Done. Look at that. Look how cool that is. Just touch of a button. You could not do this with that speed and accuracy in regular MetaTrader. By the time you click that button, you would have been over here. You would have lost the whole profit. You see how cool that is to use the applet? And I designed it specifically for scalping in mind. I designed it specifically for people who are who like to trade MetaTrader and want to have the absolute greatest speed of execution at their fingertips. Everything is pre-set for you, so you don't have to worry about anything. Control, stops, targets, all done. Exit market, close half and go to break even. All of that is there. It's really like I basically designed the applet the way a trader would design an applet instead of a engineer. That's why people really, really like it. All right, let's see if Naz wants to curl back up to the upside. Give us a little love to the upside. Let's see if that's going to happen. Gold continues to be, of course, the big story as always in Asia. Gold has been a really good trade. I feel like the thing with gold that drives me crazy. Last couple of days, if we start the stream at 7. The move is like the whole move happens between 7 and 8. Like by the time we get on camera, a lot of the rally in gold kind of gets done, and then we sort of sit around until European Open. It's kind of been a little bit frustrating, but we'll see. So who else is from Cali here besides Jason? Santa Monica. Santa Monica is where my wife wants to go to retire. And I want to retire in Miami. So this is going to be a big, big problem. Expensive. It is expensive. Yeah. I know. Nah, not San Diego, baby. I mean, I like San Diego. It's really good. I guys, like, I am a New Yorker. I feel like I literally am on another planet when I'm on the West Coast. I to this day, I've been to California a million times. I literally feel like an alien when I'm there. Jeff, you're in Cali now too, huh? Oh, in Washington State. We're in Washington State. You know where I was in Washington State that was really cool? I wasn't in Washington State. It was in Oregon. I was in Bend, Oregon. Sorry. The whole West Coast is like, a blur to me. Oh, look at gold. Really nicely popping over here. That value at trend trade really worked. That really works. That value at trend trade really works well in a super bullish instrument like gold during an uptrend. So you get an uptrend, you get these little dips, and these dips are just really good buys. They're just excellent looking buys. Yeah. Oh, Vancouver. Yeah, of course. My kids, my son still has an apartment there. My kids are Canadian American, so they both went to UBC. My son has worked in Vancouver for years, but now he's in Miami. But yes, I'm well familiar with Vancouver, the eighth wonder of the world. US 30. I'm just looking to see if I get any signals. No, really quiet, guys. Gold is the only pop that we have on the screen right now. Not much going on, but that's something else. Sometimes a story in Asia. Tomorrow, by the way, obviously CPI, very important data point. We're going to trade that at 8 o'clock in the morning. We're going to do marathon trading, 8 to like 11. Kathy's going to come join me if you guys wanted to come join me earlier. You know what's a good idea now? So a lot of people, probably especially in Europe and Asia, don't just necessarily trade gold or indices, or more importantly, trade them on a much longer term time frame. So people were asking me, does this thing work on a longer term time frame? I want to show this to you. So let's just sort of go get a little bit more wider, and then we'll get wider still. So let's take a 15-minute chart on gold, right? I'm going to take a 15-minute chart on gold, right? Look at these beautiful signals that we have on gold. Hang on, I just got to. The only problem is every time we have a chart, I have to adjust this by ATR. Hang on. I got to. It's the only problem with Trading View is it's just a very ugly thing. Yes, I want to do ATR. I'm going to do one ATR. Okay, close. Okay, cool. Now we can see the signals on the move. So there's a 15-minute chart on the kind of structures that we have, right? And here, obviously, you could. This is news, so we have to pass the news. But here's something that's a very good example of a longer-term chart. This is like a 30-point move in gold, right? You could get, here's your signal. This is your first green signal over here. Your stop, you basically long at 36.34. The stop is the second candle, the low of that, which is 25. So it's a $7 stop, right? Just a $7 stop. But the move is just continuous. And you could basically, the way, if you wanted to trade this on a kind of a trend basis, you don't get out of it until you get the red candle, which is right over here. And you get out of that at 48. So you made like, $1,400 on a single lot of gold on trading this nice long trend and staying with it. Just really clean. And conversely, here's a good example. Okay, so we have news over here. We have the sell candle here. If you were trading like I do, which is sort of short-term, target, maybe you're trading for like $3 target or $4 target on a 15-minute chart, because obviously it's a longer term chart, so you can go for bigger targets. You're short here with a stop over here. This candle will be your stop, right? And if you come in here 35, the low on the next candle is 26. It's a $10 move. So you could have easily made, like, let's say you were hunting $5 trades, right? So you're in over here, boom, you're done. Same thing over here. You're short over here. Here's your stop. You totally survived the stop because your stop is 40, basically 46. It never touches 46. These are like 44s. And if you wanted to go to $5 stop, the low over here is 35, another $10 move. So you could literally trade this on longer term time chart. And this is just a 15-minute chart. And obviously, if you go to an hour chart, the same pattern on a much longer time frame, much bigger possibilities. So, and this goal goes true for euro and pound and everything else. These are just not instruments that we trade, but it's totally something you could do if you wanted to be able to do it. It's absolutely feasible with this indicator and this execution applet. Yes, the wealth charts is going to take a little while, guys, Jeff, because we have to rewrite the code, but I will let you know. It'll certainly be there before the wealth charts summit. So Steve takes this. I mean, Steve has been trading gold forever, and he's passed multiple prop accounts using the indicator this way. And he says, he can attest to holding gold longer on these things, and it totally works. So it's really good as far as that goes. You know what I'm curious about? So what do we have? I have 54 seconds. I wonder if MetaTrader paints. I think MetaTrader paints the dot on the close of the candle. Like, why is this not a white dot? Or am I just not seeing the white dot over here? Because this should be a white dot that is possibly a start of a reversal move for us. I'm just curious to see how this MetaTrader has a very funky way of painting stuff. I think it's probably going to do it on the close. 19 seconds left. You see how it has a internal countdown over here and internal countdown over here. Makes it really easy to do this. 6 seconds. Welcome everybody to the Asia session. We're twiddling our thumbs. And it does. Look at that. It puts a dot on the close. That's actually a better way of doing it than TradingView does it, because it actually confirms the trade. Like TradingView teases you. I was just about to say something, but even I have to restrain my potty mouth, especially in Asia. It's okay for me to curse in New York, but I really can't. I really can't be as politically incorrect in Asia as I want it to be. But TradingView definitely teases you badly on a lot of what I call false signals, because it paints the signals before the candle completes. But MetaTrader kind of just waits to the end, which is good. Yeah, it is. But I like the way I had AI configure it for me, and honestly, like ChatGPT, like it gives you all the choices, and it always gives you the better choice, because it's optimized for best case. Oh, everybody hear the siren? Back to New York. That's a police siren. No, that's an ambulance siren. That is an annoying as fuck ambulance sign. Everybody hear that? We used to play name that siren all the time last year. So yeah, that was an ambulance sign. Now today there was I live in New York City on 77th Street on Broadway. Fire station is literally on my street, right? So I know all the guys there forever. So you will hear sirens all day long. And I'm like 11 stories up, and the windows are closed. It doesn't matter. You're gonna hear all the noise. But there was a truck today rocking down Broadway. Like usually when they coming out, they're going slow because they don't want to hit pedestrians. They want to be very, very careful, blah, blah, blah. He was flying down Broadway, just beeping everybody out of the way. And I was like, man, that must have been a big fire because they were just not fucking around. So yeah, that happens every hour on the hour here. People always ask me, like, how is it that I can like live with so much noise? And I literally don't hear it. Like there's 1,000 sirens that goes through the night and I can sleep like a baby. Yeah, the profit factor. Oh, hang on a second. Well, I can't pull it up because it's. I'll pull up my. I pulled it up on my. I showed my personal account like the other day, like a really good a profit factor of 1.25. So you make $1.25 for every dollar that you lose, is considered to be baseline good. Like that's what you want to be, just to be really, really decent. But a lot of the profit factor that we're seeing is about 1.5, which is really good. So, anytime you're like at 1.5 profit factor, you are an actual, this. MetaTrader has, look, if you go into charts, time frames, you can, right over here, time frames, you go to minutes and you can choose various minutes and make them as part of your default, right? So it's not by default, but if you go time frames, minutes, click the 2-minute, and the 5 will show up to you. Okay. Greetings from Malaysia, Mr. Lim. Nice to see you. So hopefully that answers your question, but it's basically, wait, 8 figures. What are we talking about? Trading View or, because I'm lost in your conversation here. We're talking about MetaTrader or Trading View. The Trading View can paint it on the close, not on the open. Oh, you guys didn't see when I was doing this, you guys, hang on a second. You guys literally don't see this? Time frames. Oh yeah, you don't see it. Oh, you're right. Because I'm only sharing the window. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I'm going through the whole thing and it looks basic, but just go into charts, time frames, and you'll see the 2-minute thing. Yeah, I forgot. On Trading View, I can do it on the close. You know what? I will code that up tonight, so we'll be ready for tomorrow, so that we don't, so it doesn't display early. That's interesting. I didn't know that Trading View could put that setting in there, which is cool. It's probably not hard to redo the code because it's just probably one setting. But thanks for letting me know that. All right, I'm waiting. The slope is still red. Actually, the slope is starting to turn green. It doesn't show till the candle closes, but I think the slope is starting to turn green. And maybe we get a signal here. Let's see. If I get a buy signal in NAS, that's going to be a play for us. Got 5 seconds left. Let's see what it's going to show us. Yep, that's a play. Let's go. Buy. Now, here's the cool thing, right? So we're just going to target 5. But as I said, we don't need to be shorter than the low of this candle. Now, there's 2 ways we can do it. We can actually move this thing up here, and it does work. A lot of times we can grab it. Now we just moved our stop this way. Or I could literally modify the stop here, and just say, I don't know, make it 900, right? I'll be here. And it's pretty much the same thing. I just modified it pretty much there. So I'm giving myself a little bit, obviously you need to give yourself some spread room and stuff like that. But if we're basically going to hit 63. Oh, and I think you could actually modify this. Let me see if I can do this just for argument's sake. I think I can do this like 950. You can actually go in half ticks. Yep. And you could, you see how like it modified the stop here to about half a point lower. It's really super granular. This is the greatest thing about this. So we'll see if this, as I said, if it takes out the low of that candle, it's a failed trade. Even if it works later on, it's still a failed trade, because a truly good trade does not take out the prior lows. It can tease them, it can play with them, but it does not take them out. So we give ourselves plenty of room, but just enough room to give us a sense of the trade. Let's take a look at gold, by the way. It's gold. Oh, gold has a buy signal. This is a good time for us to go buy gold. Great. Let's go do this. I'm going to buy it, and I'll explain to you why it's a good time. Because the entry was on the high over here, and we are well below that entry price, which means we're getting a better price than we would have gotten on the signal. And our stop is just a tad bit lower than where it should be right now. So I'm going to put my stop at like 120, which is about 12. We see how the stop now drops below this. This is the signal, the green dot. The candle prior, this is the absolute low. If this breaks that low, great. I mean, then we're in the wrong side of the trade. If it doesn't, we have just the correct amount of room to let the trade play itself until hopefully it goes higher. So that's the strategy we're going to go with, and I think it's going to be a winner as we go forward. The other cool thing you can see is that it actually tells you the P&L live over here. You don't even have to look at it. It just tells you the P&L live over here as it trades. Oh, you know what I need to do? I don't know. Is it one? Let's make this. I don't know. Let's make this 70 cents. Tighten up the target. So hopefully you guys like all of that. NASDAQ stopped us out because it didn't work. It was a failed setup, which is great because it stopped us out for a minimal stop. And gold worked like a charm. See, gold hit the target. We bought it cheap. We hit the target. We're good to go, and we were well within that zone of protection. I call it the zone of protection. Right now, we look for NAS. NAS may re-rally. It may give us a secondary signal, and then we'll go again, because that means now they may be serious about trading, trading to the long side. So this is what's really, really cool about that. Okay, what else do I have to tell you, my friends? That's pretty much it. Oh, it's 8:30 already. Wow. The time flew. All right, we'll see if we can get one more setup here in NAS. How's by the way, how's US 30? Is anything on the US 30 side? Oh, US 30 also had a signal which also kind of dipped us out. Which was a little bit low. US 30 was really, really, really wonky. So we'll see again if US 30 gives us a true buy side signal. Right now, it's pretty quiet. One variant on this thing, if you really want it, like if you really, really want a variant, is you could say, I'm going to put the stop behind the white dot. So it's a white dot, green dot structure. If there's not too much space there, you can use the white dot, in which case you would have been able to survive the US 30. I don't think you were able to survive the NASDAQ. No, actually, you would have been able to survive the NASDAQ. So that might be a more intelligent trade, especially in Asia, where there's, a lot more back and forth. In North America, where it's just pure momentum, it's momentum ignition. You go. You can use the second candle, but in Asia, you probably want to give yourself that room. And using the white dot, green dot, probably would have kept us in trades here. Next time, next week we'll do it that way. But whatever it is, it's a really good way of constructing our trades. Here we were actually naturally white dot, green dot, because remember I had to stop over here underneath here. So it totally worked. And now it's starting to pop up. Okay. We'll know for next week on how to pick up the catches. So first of all, Jose, are you the key question I got to ask you is, what country are you from? Because if you're in the U.S., none of this I can't accommodate you. But if you're in the rest of the world, if you're in Latin America, for sure you can do this. So that's the first question. The second question is, I send you the zip file. Oh, you're from Costa Rica. Okay, no problem. No problem. All good. Yeah, it's fine. You do that, you send me a screenshot, and I'll send you the zip file of both of these things. And then I'll send, and I'm going to make a little, I actually did make a little video, but I'll make another video just to show you, probably this weekend, all the various permutations. You basically really don't need to do anything but just drop them on your chart, because the signals automatically pop up. All the default is set for you. The only thing you need to configure is cosmetics. How high do you want the arrow up, or how high do you want it down? But the actual signal is pre-built for you. It's like it's drop, drag and drop. And this whole thing is completely intuitive. It's just press the button for buy. The stops and targets are all set up for you. You can change them after the trade is in. Like once you're in a trade, you can actually change the stop and the target by typing it in over here, and click the button to close it out if you want to close it out manually. So it's designed for point and click traders, so it's really, really cool. And you can use it for anything. You can use it for trading FX. You can use it for trading crypto. You can use it for trading indices. You can definitely use it for trading gold. Remember, they are in pipettes. It depends on the instrument and the broker. Like, just to give you an idea, this is US 30. And on 8-cap, it's like a 4-digit create. Like, this is basically 20-point stop, 10-point target. But it's written as 10,000 points because the point on US 30 is like 1/100th of a point, right? That's how they do it. When you go to gold, it's a little bit less. It's this is 70 cents and $1.20. Okay, so oh shit, oh guys, sorry, we missed the trade. I was talking, we missed the trade in gold. Sacrosanct rule, by the way, we never ever chase it. If we miss this trade, that's it. We'll wait for the next one. But this would have been a good trade. Look how good this trade was. Really, really nice signal. So the short answer to this is, Jose, you just play around with it on the platform, and you see exactly what each point means, because it's totally different for every single instrument, and there's no way I could configure it automatically for you. So once you know, it's super easy to set up for each instrument. Okay, it's like learn it once, and it's set up for the rest of your life in terms of you knowing where to put the pips. And you can always adjust them. The really cool part is you can always adjust them. But it's because FX is kind of like gold, and then the yen pairs are different from pound pairs. All of that you just have to kind of just like in real life, you'd have to set this up manually. But in this case, it's just once, and then once you set it up, you just boom, boom, boom. You're ready to go for the rest of your life with it. So better than nothing, right? I have to work with what I have, and everybody has different parameters on how they go. Slow drift to the upside. I guess the rule of thumb we're going to do next week when we come back, we trade Tuesday and Wednesday in Asia all the time, is we're going to just simply, especially for the indices, we're going to use the white dot, green dot structure for the stops. Unless it gets super, super big, and then we just use the green dot last candle. But in North America, we just use the last candle. We don't read anything more than that. Even in this case, look at this. You'd been short here. The close was 44, and it dipped instantaneously down to what was the close here? It was 44.82 and low was 43.92. 40, was it 43.92? Yeah. 44.82. So it was almost a dollar dip quickly. But if you could still be in the trade here with a stop over here, and you would have a very reasonable chance to try to make the dollar tip. So very cool. I love the setup. I love the this. So neither one, Liana. It's not available actually in TradingView the way I showed it to you. It'll be available tomorrow, and it's in the BFF dots only indicator, not in the BFF scalper is an older version that's not available. Yes, 3-to-1 is kind of where we max out, but as you see here, very often because we're using organic stops, it might be 2-to-1. It might be even 1.5-to-1. So that's where we're going to get a lot of our edge, is by curtailing the stop to its most organic position, stopping us down there. All right, guys. We made a few. I made a few trades, nice trades in gold. Right, we hit a few gold trades. I hit a few gold Nasdaq trades. I missed a trade in US 30. I missed a trade in NAS. My bad. I'm just trying to get comfortable with the new indicator and everything else. But you guys can really see the possibility. This thing is just such a great scalping machine, along with a great scalping tool. So hopefully everybody enjoys it. As I said, go out there, open the account, email me a note saying, hey, I got it, and I will send you this thing. Super happy to do this anytime. And go out there and knock them dead. We start 8 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. That's 5 o'clock for those of you guys in Santa Monica for the CPI Thursday event. Marathon Thursday. Kathy's going to join me for the FX part of it, and then we'll have a lot of fun for the rest of the day. Okay. I'm going to fix the candle close thing and probably publish the indicator maybe even tonight, but certainly before the event tomorrow. So for those of you guys who are part of my coaching, you will all have that indicator by tomorrow. Thank you, Jason. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody from California to Malaysia to Indonesia and all the points in between. Great to hang out with you. I'm always really, really shocked and very pleased that so many people turn out for Asia. And I'm super happy to do it. And now that we have the tool tuned up, we're going to be ready to rock and roll next week when all these things are going to start popping for us as signals. So everybody have a great night. And I will see everybody tomorrow morning. Enjoy, guys. Take care.